So let's say in the perfect world, you get to design what happens to the cheaters. What is the solution from here? Instead of just, I know we're all mad at the cheating. We all agree about that. But what is the solution? What is the correct way forward to fix this for the game?
And do you guys want me to go or go ahead? I'll start off.
My solution is very simple, so I'll go first. Sorry. Just remove the gems. Remove the gems and just delete them from those accounts, and they can keep their account with the levels of the gear that they have, but they have to buy new ones, right? They have to buy new gems and farm them from scratch. That's going to reset their all gems, by the way, not just the legendary ones, the normal gems as well. Just reset those because probably they also bought so many from the market to get high ranked up gems. So yeah, just remove everything, delete those, and have them have a fresh start on that account.
Yep. If I were in charge, I'm okay with the negative orbs being a thing, but I would just have it be a pop-up when they log in. And it's like, you are negative this amount, and you will not be allowed to access the game at all until you deposit this much money to make it right. Like to spend what you should have spent to acquire that many orbs with the currency that you're playing on, whether it's EU, USD, whatever, it's just cut and dry. You can't access your account until you deposit this much money to have bought in those orbs fairly. And I would also add a way for players to grind orbs in some fashion.
Yeah.
So here's where I would say one of the things you could say under cheating 2.4, any code and or software not expressly authorized by Blizzard that can be used in connection with the platform and or any component or feature thereof which changes and or facilitates the gameplay or other functionality. So due to the actual definition, the Cobra was talking about how the exploit worked, where you actually use software to inject in there to stop that from going all the way through. Definitely by definition here, changes the connection and or function and or facilitates the gameplay or functionality. So, and it says any code and or software. So literally any code, not just major software. So, I mean, that's one right there. I'm just scrolling through, reading all of the agreements here. And there's like a bunch of these you could say there are problems.
I don't know. If we could say with 100% certainty that someone was cheating and someone actually actively purchased something like that, they should just get banned. I mean, in my opinion, there's no option to repay. If they want to go repay, they can go into another account and do that. They get the whole Battle.net ban. Like, because the way I compare it to, it's like if I'm playing League of Legends and someone's scripting, they get banned and they have to go make a new account. It's not like, but go play like 30 normal games and come back to the game. To me, at least that's how my perspective. They should just get banned. Maybe Blizzard wants to farm some more cash out of them. So like Chosen Solution was probably more appealing to like Blizzard because they could maybe get some more money out of you. But like from like an integrity standpoint, gone.
Look at this right here. Prohibited commercial uses, exploit in its entirety or individual components the platform for any purpose not expressly authorized by Blizzard, including without limitation playing the games at commercial establishments, gathering in-game currency, items or resources for sale outside of the platform or the games, performing in-game services, including without limitation account boosting or power leveling in exchange for payment, communication or facilitating by text, live audio communication, or otherwise any commercial advertisement, solicitation or offer through or within the platform, organizing, promoting, facilitating, or participating in any event involving wagering in the outcome or aspects of Blizzard game, whether or not conduct constitutes gambling under any laws of applicable jurisdiction without authorization. So basically, yeah, I mean, dude, this is bluntly obvious. Like right here, prohibited commercial uses, in-game currency. It literally states it in lettering, in-game currency. Like, I don't know how else people can possibly read this.
Yeah, to me, it's definitely, as far as I was aware from the start, as Chosen mentioned earlier, it is definitely an issue about enforcement, and they just don't want to or have not done it. They clearly like
effort for them.
I'm sure,
to do that, and so it's like the pros probably outweigh the cons, of doing that. It's like, let's just focus on getting the new patch out. Like at the end of the day, it's probably not going to change anything when it comes to who's spinning and who's not. If we just don't address it, like it's not the best solution, but like I think what actually moves the needle for them, if we saw the numbers like from financials, it's probably not that big of a deal. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm not saying this because I want it to be the case, but that's probably why it's not a priority for them.
I guess like if it's a question about effort, the problem I guess I'd have with that is like, let's say it is a question about effort. They made them all negative. Isn't banning as easy as making all your orbs negative? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, that seems like a very similar in terms of effort. But I mean, it might be a question of financials, like you're saying. They may just make more money this way, and that may be just why they're doing it.
Yeah, because if like let's say somebody's negative 5,000 orbs or whatever, well, they're just gonna quit. But if you give them the opportunity to make it right, boom, Blizzard has the potential to just print all that money. That's why.
And they lost a whole bunch of extra money because they're getting all the chargebacks. Like there's chargeback fees. So I've been told. So it's like it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, but
if
no money was involved because they did that kind of injection.
Well, that's just one of the ways. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but there's other ways too. Like there's ways with the whole
So personally, for me, the solution is like set their resonance to 0 or ban them. Mm-hmm. If we're gonna, or change the rules that they don't get to participate in PvP. I actually don't care that much if they run around with negative orbs in game and they get to show their wings and everyone gets to laugh at them. Whatever. Like they've done that in RuneScape, like Veldshot said, right? Where you just put people into prison, you could throw tomatoes at them. Hilarious. Okay, so be it. So why not do kind of something similar? Like the thing that really kind of makes me mad is that they literally get to participate in the whole reason they spent the money anyway. Mm-hmm. It's like people that want those big wings are doing it to destroy the other people in PvP, are they not?
Yeah. Well, that's the core of the issue with, I think that we all agree with, is that they're getting to participate. And that's the big problem. So whether it be banning, whether it be preventing actually working as intended and banning them from those activities, so I think that would be a adequate solution.
They can play in Battlegrounds if they're negative orbs.
Yeah. That's why it's such a meme, bro.
That's why it's so frustrating to players who have spent money.
So what can't they do if they're negative orbs? I guess let's I didn't know they can do everything.
They can go around.
Do everything.
They can do everything.
As I said, they're split into 3 categories, so it's different things that each category can't do.
Mm-hmm.
But
and then they can get around it. Like you can't join a party directly, but you can do like Party Finder and stuff and like get in. So it's like they have ways of being able to do all of the things. So it's like if it just worked as intended, I think it would be fine. I mean, I think ideally I would want them all banned just to get rid of them because they went that way and they can make a whole new account. But I think an elegant solution that would make every party happy, even though they did cheat, would be the whole the negative balance, and they pay it off. And if they don't pay it off, they get banned. I was totally okay with that. And then sure enough, like they can't even they didn't even get that right. Like they just made it to where they can just keep playing the game. So it's like, what's stopping them from other people just continuing to do this? They're like, now it's like, oh, okay, I guess it's like free ride. Let's go. Let's see negative orb. Like, why would I ever pay normal rates now if I was going to continue spending money?
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Speed. I was talking to Speed about this earlier. To me, this is like the biggest screw you to the actual player base. And that's the problem, I think, in the core is like, we all are playing fairly. And then at the end of the day, they are favoring the people that are playing unfairly because it makes them more money, which, I mean, I understand the reason behind it, but it's like, wow, it just, it feels bad. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just like the biggest screw you.
No, I don't think it makes them more money.
It's not even that it makes them more money, because those guys cheated their way for that resonance, right?
That is, in this case, in this case where you're talking about the exploit, it makes zero logical sense. I don't get it. Like, why aren't they more mad? Why isn't Apple more mad? I don't know. Like,
what it is he's creating FOMO for the people that are spending real money, and then they're gonna wanna, Goldberg was kind of saying it. I know you didn't do it, but it's like you felt kind of bad. You felt like that social pressure of like all these people are doing 5K res. Like, why can't maybe I need to, so.
The only thing that makes sense
And then you need
is
to do it legit.
it's so that when you're in the battleground, you get shit on by somebody stronger than you because they're cheaters, and it makes you want to spend more. And it's like, I don't know if that's their logic. If it is, it's some of the worst logic I've ever seen. Because it's like, if I get dumpstered by a cheater, I am not giving this game money. Like if you say I want this guy, I mean, it's like having house players in poker, Eric. Like how many times have we gone in to play poker in some house game, and there's like 2 or 3 house players that just get the rake away. It doesn't make sense.
They're playing with the rake, and then so there's already you already got to be good enough to win, but then you got to play against the house, and then they just use.
It's the same bullshit to me.
Screw that. You guys play games
well, then
like
they move around. They move like they'll sit to your right, they'll sit to your left, they'll move over. It's just stupid. So completely agree.
I would leave immediately.
Yeah. I got out of there real quick. It's just it's dumb, and I think we all agree with that. It's just dumb. I think what it is too is like, even if let's say they had the plan of a good solution, it's always going to take longer than it should, especially with these big companies, which is unfortunate because I bet if we were talking to them right now, they would probably agree. But like they can't admit to it. Like there's probably all these things of red tape that they gotta go through all this stuff. So it's going to take forever to get any of this moving anyway. So we're just going to sit here and get more and more mad because we're actually playing the game every day.
I think it's also a huge issue that there isn't like that governing body, because it's like a partnership between Tencent and Blizzard. So it has to complicate things. There's no way that it doesn't.
Yeah, everything's taking Normally these games take a while, and then with that other company doing all the developing for it takes even longer. So.
Well, I guess on your point, Kyer, normally I would give people the benefit of the doubt, and I usually do. But the reason why I can't in Blizzard's case, and I just firmly believe that they're not going to do anything about this or change, at least until like some serious pushback, is like, I, as well as many others, and as far as I know, Darth and Chosen have spoken to Blizzard directly. There are bugs in the game that are absolutely game breaking since day one, and nothing's changed there. And maybe that's like a maintenance perspective, but it's like, if they can't fix those, and there may be a positive in terms of like, in this situation, like the bugs, there's no positive, right? You fix them, there's no downside to fixing them. But in this situation, there might be a downside to banning these players. So I just don't see them ever doing it. Like I can't give them the benefit of the doubt at this point, like 90 days of just
I'm like 50-50 on that, because I see them do fixing bugs all the time. Like there's a hidden chest bug in the hidden layer where you could just duplicate the chest over and over again and get like 50 legendaries per hidden layer. And there's some pretty busted stuff.
I didn't even see that one. Yeah,
I know. I didn't show any of this shit because obviously they fixed that stuff, right? Same with like the resonance one that I didn't show in videos, where it's like you can literally just duplicate resonance, and they fixed it. And they like removed the players who were abusing that stuff. Like I've seen people say they got banned for using the resonance exploit and stuff. So they are actually like
to be able to duplicate gems as well.
My thing is, I'm not even as mad at the cheaters. Honestly, I could give a fuck. There's gonna be people that want to cheat in any game, in real life, at your job, at the game, whatever. There's always gonna be people looking for shortcuts. There's people looking for shortcuts on YouTube even, and we all know it. Okay, so it is what it is. But for me, where I get mad is when the company itself is basically slapping the people who aren't cheating, because it's like getting a 5-minute head start in a race and then they don't start the race over. It's like
it's up to the platform. I agree.
My problem is with the platform. That's a better way to put it. It's just my problem is with the decisions that are being made with the cheaters. The cheaters or whatever.
Yeah, completely agree. It's insulting to us, the people that are, doing it legit, and their take on it is that they're just going to get away with it. And like you're saying, I don't begrudge them for trying it, giving it a shot. It makes sense. Hey, this is cheaper. Let's do it. Yes, it's like they're trying to get an even bigger advantage, and I don't feel bad that they, initially when they got banned, but at the end of the day, it's up to the platform to enforce these things. And if they're not going to enforce it, then my first reaction was like, I guess I should have just done the cheaper orbs then. I could have saved a lot of money. If that's the kind of take, or
you can't blame. We don't blame the individual ever. Like if somebody offers you a car for $1, you're not going to be like, well, that's not fair because everybody else paid $30,000, so I'm going to pay $30,000. Like, no, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, give me the car for $1, I'll take it. So it always comes down to the enforcement at the high level.
I do feel like they
Yeah.
deserve some accountability, especially in this situation. Like car for $1, yeah, absolutely. Everyone's gonna say, yes, but like in this situation, they obviously like went out of their way to like try to finagle something. Like it's not like a fully ethical
Yeah,
thing.
for me, it's
that
something
they did.
different
for
entirely
sure.
because it's like we're in like a
Yeah.
competition or something, and then we've all agreed to the rules, and then the person just doesn't play by the rules. It's like it's it's directly in the terms of service. Like you can just read it. It's there. I don't understand.
Yeah, I guess it'd be more like taking steroids in sports, and
Yeah.
and
That's
then the
probably a
sport
better
not punishing
comparison.
the people that took steroids.
Yeah, it's probably a better comparison.
I like that.
It's just, you know what? It wouldn't even matter as much if it wasn't like super disappointing because it's like, look, we're all sitting here waiting for content. The major update gets pushed back. We're waiting for something to do. We're between the hell difficulties. And then we see that this decision gets made. It's like, dude, you guys are really having a bad like couple weeks right now for the game.
The timing's terrible. It's so bad.
Yeah, your chat is right. You're right. That is a good analogy. It'd be like if the car was stolen. Yeah, I'll give you
Car
that.
stolen, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's a good.
You're right.
That's better.
I think also on part, as well as it being like kind of a lull in content and all that stuff, it's like there are so many people, maybe as you might say, it might be a loud minority, but they are very loud. It's just, I can't believe that we have like some of these people, like either they're sad that they're gone or they're sorry, or they just straight up are justifying it, or people are like, oh, go easy on them. It's like even people that aren't necessarily justifying them, a large majority, and I would say a large portion of people that I've seen are just like, oh, well, we should feel sorry for them. Or like, don't be as hard on them. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just.
I disagree with that. Yeah, I could. Yeah, it's like
That is weird because the whole Diablo community savagely hates pay to win, and they hate whales in general, and really like troll them and come after them and don't respect them at all. So it is weird that there's more apologists than I would have thought in the Diablo community for sure.
I think what it is like they have no sympathy for pay to win in its entirety, whether it be they cheated for it or not, and they couldn't care less. Like they've written it all off completely. So they just, once it's like, oh, there's money being involved, then they just don't care.
They don't care. They turn it, and plus it's also like people who never played the game and only watch the videos that dunk on it. Like how many of these people have we saw that, like you were saying about the Omar guy, who goes from every single one of your comments just to spam hate? Like there's a guy named Patrick doing the same thing. Like for like 3 months straight, he's leaving like 15 comments a day, just like telling us to do all kinds of like injure yourself and stuff, just like just crazy shit and just hating on everything. And so it's like people like that are going to come back, and then of course they're going to leave the comments like, well, this game is garbage, so it deserves. Like they just want to see it burn. Like that's all it is. Like they're excited to see there's a problem with the game because there's a problem. It's like, all right, well, so be it. But I don't have that problem in my comment section. Most of the comments I see, maybe it's because I'm so vocal about this, so I tend to like bring the people that agree with me. But most of the comments I'm getting are like, fuck these cheaters. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand it either. That's what I'm seeing. Like, I'd say 85% minimum of people are like, this is bullshit. Thank you for saying something. Like, that's the response I'm getting, at least. I don't feel like I'm alone in hating the cheaters.
I did on the initial one. Yeah. What has it been like 5 days since this whole thing kind of came to light? That's exactly the kind of response I'm getting on my comments. I'm not getting much sympathy for them.
Very few.
I guess I can pull up and see what people
and
said.
You know that's true because the people that are being apologists out there and explaining their actions turn their comments off. So if people were actually on the side of the cheaters, that wouldn't be happening now, would it?
I mean, that is true. Yeah, that was my most liked video. My highest like ratio on any video was that one that I made. Ban them.
Yep.
Just I'll ban them.
Yep. People agree. I think that's also why it's like, Blizzard, you aren't going to make money on this one. Like, you might be thinking the 5%, which is you're thinking, oh, the 5% is where we make our money. But first of all, you're not making any money off them because, like Cobru explained, it's actually a software hack to stop the money actually even going to them in the first place. So whatever money you think you're generating isn't actually there. It's fake money. So I don't know. And then if it is stolen credit cards they use or something to get the legitimate prices and people are using stolen credit cards, then all that money is going to get refunded back by the bank anyway. So there's not, I don't understand the logic by Plarium. Plarium, Jesus Christ.
Well,
Anytime I think something bad
well,
at a mobile game, it
well,
goes straight to Plarium.
The first part, the money glitch one, that's the one that I feel like that they would want to like really try to lock down and fix that glitch the most. The stolen credit card one, if that was like the majority, make the negative balance makes the most sense as a solution. The first version, completely banning the account, makes sense. You know, because like no one's making any money except the people are just getting a free thing, and it's just completely making the game just it's just bad for the game, period. Whereas the stolen credit card one is like, technically they got the money, but they're getting all those chargebacks, so they've actually lost even more money. Whereas the negative balance is almost better for them because it's just a net zero, and they only got a digital good.
They could also be banking on that they can convert them to real wells. It's like this person's got into really loving the game by spending a lot of fake money. Maybe we'll get some real money out of them. That's why I don't like I don't like any of that logic. If the logic by Blizzard is to actually try to grab some extra cash on the way out the door from the cheaters, like it's such a fat L.
I think they know that there's sunk cost fallacy in because it's like these people spend like $20,000, to get that point. So it's like it's putting a little pressure in to try to get it because they got screwed over. If anyone got screwed over the most, it's because the people that got their credit card stolen, they got their money refunded, hopefully. But it looks like they did because all the chargebacks happened. And then the people that got hit the hardest is going to be Blizzard because they got the chargeback fees. So them wanting to get a little bit of money back, I don't blame them.
I guess the only problem I have with that is like, I would have never run into using a stolen credit card. How? Because I don't use any other site. I make the purchases through Blizzard's software, like the client. So it's like, I guess like I agree with you. Like if there's no knowledge, you buy a car and it's got a good deal, and then you got that minor doubt in the back here, like maybe this is hot, and it's a stolen car. I get it. Like there's some sort of plausible deniability there, but it's like, in what way, when it says you can only purchase either from like gift cards into Google Play or from the client itself, it's like I think it's very, very rare you'd find someone that actually wanted to do things right and then found that they've had a situation where they got screwed over by someone else. I think that's like maybe a 1% situation, and it's like, in those situations, maybe you have like a case-by-case basis, like a blanket ban, case-by-case basis, you handle it. But obviously that's a different scenario. But again, I just don't think it happens all that often where people are truly trying to do the right thing and they happen to get banned because of credit card fraud or like Google Play card fraud or something like that.
So in one of the comments...
I'm not even trying to argue that because it's like, I guess... Because I know their intention is bad there. I'm just trying to think from the perspective of how Blizzard would want to handle it, not from like what I would.
Yeah. I got you there. Mm-hmm.
So someone in the Twitch comments here says, JT said in one of the comments of his video, if players don't pay back the negative orb debt in 90 days, then they're bye-bye, whatever that means. This is not true. It could be true as of the timing of him saying it. The reason that we're like talking about it today, right now, is there was a post where the most recent response we've had by Blizzard from a customer support mail stated that accounts with negative orbs will not be banned. This is a Reddit post you can find on the front page of the Diablo Immortal Reddit or in my recent video. And that's what we're discussing right now, which is why it's sort of a hot topic, because the latest bit of information we've got from Blizzard is saying that they're not going to ban these people. And these people are able to join parties using the Find Party system in the game. And they are able to play in PvP, Shadow Wars, Rite of Exile, all of the things that basically matter for Resonance. So people are upset, and we're upset about it, basically. And that's the reason for the podcast.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. Do you all, because I'm curious about this. I mean, I think I've already seen my position. I think that that's actually what they believe. They're probably not going to do anything. Do you all think that this is like some sort of Reddit, like one-time GM type thing? Or do you believe that they're going to change their perspective?
My read on it personally is maybe that's what's like being said at the place. So that's what he hears. That's the information he passes on. But as soon as there's a huge blow up, it's, this guy's just a GM and we actually are banning them. Like, I'm more inclined to believe what somebody's saying now, because it's probably more likely the truth. Like, I don't see why he would lie that the account's not going to get banned in a customer service response. Like, why would he do that?
I feel like if it could just be, GM doesn't know better, said something, like out of pocket kind of thing. I don't know. I hope that's the case, but it wouldn't surprise me if he is absolutely correct and they just are not planning on banning him. They just don't want to. They just don't want to deal with all that.
We don't really know, I suppose.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping that they revert that. I was totally okay with the previous response, like, because that's what I initially was going off of, is what JT was saying, is that there was a time limit and eventually they would get banned. And I was totally okay with that. It's like, here's your window to pay back, and if you don't, you're done. With the stipulation of like not being able to join parties and stuff like that, and then it was kind of a whatever that it wasn't working as intended, because I at least kind of knew that, okay, eventually they're gone. Like eventually they're going to be banned. But then the fact that they're not, and they can do everything, that's why I'm pissed. And I think that's why, everyone's pissed.
Completely got it right. That's exactly where I'm at.
I feel exactly like Kyre. So, yep.
Kind of wraps it up. Does anyone got anything else they want to say on the topic? I think we're all kind of, we've got it out of our system, is what it's sounding like here.
Yeah, I want to say that. I might even like. Why wouldn't I refund if they're gonna keep the players? Why wouldn't we all go refund? We go negative and just get our money back and still play the game like everybody else. Like, why wouldn't we do that? Like, it makes no sense to keep them around.
I mean, I'm not going to personally, but I mean, I get the feeling. Like, I get your vibe. I tend to not really do refunds just because, like, it's a business thing, and I've kind of made my money off the money I spent and whatnot, and I kind of consider it the cost of the business, but with the write-offs and all that. So that's where I'm at with it. But I understand the moral quandary of like, hey, my money just got sort of invalidated. The other part is, it's not something I wouldn't refund right now, because, again, like Kyre said, the DM or GM could say something out of pocket. That could actually not be correct. We could be overreacting too early. We don't know.
They need to officially respond before.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's why I said in my last video, I was like, please make an actual statement. Like, we need an actual statement to address this. It's becoming a problem.
You know what it feels like? It feels like our money got hit with the Paragon experience reduction. Compared to these people. Like, they all got the Paragon boost, 200% bonus.
Oh no.
One, like
800% value. That's what they.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I feel bad doing my video on the topic because it was kind of a different take than I should have had, because I thought they couldn't. I mean, I don't have negative orbs, so I don't know. I thought they couldn't PvP, so I was honestly mostly okay with it. I was like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. They can't PvP. They can't do anything. And it turns out they can. Like, I'm just finding that out talking with you guys. I didn't know because I don't have negative orbs.
That's the whole problem, bro.
Yeah. I mean, so now I feel bad. I'm gonna have to make another video.
I was gonna say, but yeah, man. I mean, that's why we're all upset. It doesn't make any sense. Look at this. I just got good luck though. I just got a triple row, triple drop.
Oh, with crit chance and crit damage. Oh wow, it's like perfect.
That's not a bad one, man. I'm gonna take it. All right. Well, I guess that's gonna wrap up the video, everybody. Thanks for coming by for the podcast. Yep. Any last words? Anything out the door?
I think that's it.
All right,
You
Brad.
guys are awesome.
You want to say
Thanks. It's always
peace?
good to see you.
Brad, do you want to leave it with your peace out? Can you give us the...
Well, that's going to do it for us in this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're out.